Alright, these guys have 10 rifles. Wow, that's really slow resupply. They actually are getting full supply. I've had trouble with volunteers often only having 50%. It's buggy, but it's more often bugged with a coastal nation. When a nation is landlocked, they often do correctly draw fully from the local supply. So yeah, okay. They even have some storage supply. Tiny little division. They'll bleed equipment and manpower if they attack. And if the weather warms up a little, at least they'll suffer fewer losses. Currently, the only way it could be worse is if there was a blizzard. Snowing, deep snow. Like there's snow falling from the sky, there's already deep snowpack in the ground, and it's extremely cold. -25°C. I would suffer crippling attrition trying to attack right now. So I'm waiting. Also, apparently they can plan up to 33% now. Now it applies to field marshals planning bonuses. Didn't do it till they had general. Okay. Or it was disabled while this guy was being signed. I don't know. Yeah, so they're not even fully planned yet. It's definitely too early to attack. Still only 10 rifles. They should get 10 per week. Current rates, which is pitifully slow. Some of these are the initial implements. Some are a slightly upgraded version of weapons too. But they're both garbage. Submachine guns when I could be using assault rifles. Alright. Rifles to the Soviets. January 23rd, I can modify them at least to give them more stuff. Negotiate licenses with these guys? Sure. Maybe the Somalis will like me because I sent volunteers. No. It's like, did that improve their opinion of me? No. Wait, I'm buying stuff from the Bagashi. Huh! I'm buying steel from them, so I'm technically protecting my steel supply with Ethiopia if I send air volunteers. These guys produce a little bit of steel and I'm buying it. It's not much, but it's not actually irrelevant. That's interesting. I'm buying all the steel in the Gojam. From Deborah Makos. Some modest steel production there. Not very much. Yep. This airbase here, that's under Somali control, cuts off. These guys can't get air support. Of course, the Somali divisions on the airbase are suffering attrition. Supply must be bad there. So any air wing I tried to operate out here would have terrible mission efficiency due to low supply. In my cast, I tested it. They can actually reach. Oh, there's an airbase here in Harar. Good. I'm like, they can't reach the battle here. I checked. This is where I'll have to fly them out of. Is out of range. The heat reduces supply efficiency a little, but I'm sure there's plenty of supply there. It's just right next to their capital. Supply capital, anyways, is right next to it. This is in the Ogaden air zone. I'm not doing air doctrines right now. Okay, and I'm about to update Lindley's. Let's train the cast up. Or the fighters, maybe? No, they're not going to have anything to fight. Of course, I'm not sure the castle's going to have anything to fight either. I was hoping I could send these to Altai, but or train them up a little in Ethiopia and send to Altai. But it won't let me send any. Hmm. Fighters I can put on a carrier once I have a carrier, or just use to intercept anything here in Odense. Put on air base in Odense and they'll cover the whole air zone with 100% efficiency. Very, very, very terrible fighters, but they can still disrupt enemy bombers a little bit. Speed is the only factor that affects interceptability, and they're actually about 2/3 as effective as advanced fighters at disrupting bombers as such. And I mean, there's something I didn't have to produce. I started the game with them, or I got them from the British for free via one of the. I think I got them for free from acquire foreign aircraft. It gives you a subsidy, but I think it also there's a decision or something. Somewhere along the way, I think the British gave me 10 fighters and said, "Here, use these to break free of your overlord." As if 10 fighters could do that. Wish I could do anti-monarchist raids. That would really help me. I could theoretically get off the aircrew surveys, point Paul Sommer, and have a better chance getting aces from this combat. From air combat, if I sent people to Ethiopia, but I don't even think there's any actual air combat going on in Ethiopia. The only person who might send aircraft there is me. There's no ground combat. Maybe I'll send some, what I'll probably do is send a cavalry division, or maybe an infantry one. I can send Somalia. How many divisions? 2. So maybe I'll send them 2 heavy infantry divisions, or even some early tanks. Attack here. Light tanks, because it's in the mountains. And supply is terrible. So it'd be a very small light tank division, maybe. And use that to trigger the cast bombing runs. Alright, well, I should probably just forget about what's going on with the aircraft. When I feel I have the fuel, I'll probably do some training. Even if the weather's currently clear over the lower Baltic, it's likely to snow again in the middle of the winter. Of course, I want to swap out of these training-focused things. Experience been killed for surveys. Maybe, yeah. I'll just have to send more men to Ethiopia. It's pretty clear. Send volunteers there. I've been waiting, hoping I'd get viewers on Twitch. It's not happening. I don't think anyone's interested in the tag slow gaming right now. I probably updated my rifle design, and yeah, I'm not seeing any of the newer one. That's why I was stockpiling it. The infantry equipment 1 wouldn't actually get used, but let's see, like 3,600 a month, and I have. Alright, I should probably actually set this up to 7,250 rifles a month. 7280. This will be more than I will be producing anytime remotely soon. So my entire infantry equipment stockpile. And some really obsolete anti-air guns. I guess it's better not having any anti-air. But could use it for training divisions quicker if I really wanted. Most of what I have left, either they won't use the rocket artillery, or it's good for cheap training of divisions. Scout planes, gas. I'm actually sending them most of them air. I guess I updated the cast designs again. Improved are being produced because it costs less aluminum and aluminum shortages, though. I may switch this to a trainer fighter bomber design, because eventually I'll produce fighter bombers, and with my doctrine bonuses and stuff to CAS. When used on ground support missions, the air wing will get bonuses to air attack, defense, and agility, which give them plenty of survivability. Even if I use non-strategic materials, I'll probably switch to advanced. I'll show that later, what I'm talking about. But yeah, I guess I've updated my aircraft designs again. So I gotta send them the newer version. The nav I'll just use to get my fighter wing numbers up, so I might be able to eventually send more air volunteers to Altai if the game ever decides to allow it. And the Soviets just won't use that now. Most of what I got is stuff that either has no ability to detect stuff at sea because it's got no floats, or it does have floats. So these will eventually replace losses if I, and they'll mix it with the float planes, so they'll still have some detection. It'll be fine. CAS, I produce like a little less than 10 a month. Got 11 in storage. Set to 30, that'll be all I could ever produce. Cool. Scout planes I'm stockpiling very slowly. I'm going to use those when I enter the war. Convoys that need to replace losses. Cool, but I'll send the Soviets rifles. They'll use them more than I will. These guys will get some, I'm sure, before they get sent to the Soviets. Just waiting for the weather to warm up before I launch an attack. These guys get massacred. Or maybe the enemy will decide to attack into this forest. These guys have plenty of defense when entrenched in a forest to not suffer crits, even against a relatively good division like this one. Because these guys are at war, they'll actually increase the conscription law, which is bad because they'll raise a larger army. Then they'll go to war with the Soviets, and if the war is done, they'll have a larger army, so they'll do more damage. So I don't want this war to go on forever. It's actually not of my interest to see that happen. Yeah, I could take a Navy military high command guy when I enter the war proper. That could be useful. Yeah, I'm gonna disable all this for the training regiments at this point. Any more assault rifles that produce, I want go to Soviets. They can use older equipment, but I have enough infantry 1 for training and XP grinding. That'll have to do. Oh, boom. I reload the... Oh, snow stopped falling. That's good. I was going to say if I reload the save, the weather can sometimes miraculously get warmer instantly. But really what I need is for these guys to just decide it's time to attack. Could swap off the army drill to army defense. Not in a hurry to get any training regiments that barely matter anymore. Got enough of them out. Right. Anyone here is the 56th Infantry and the 54th and 3rd. All and 54th. Army Jetland receives more men. That's really what I want to do with them. Yeah. '74th, 56th, 76th. Oh, they're there. So these guys here. They're going to be merging together, probably enlarging a little, which will lose some cold acclimatization, but I still need a larger army than I've got. This entire army, besides grinding older equipment to army XP, exists partly to eventually be turned into real fighting divisions. They're quicker. It's quicker to take guys who are already combat trained and turn them into something more useful than to take people who are civilians and train them into soldiers. Improves my level war readiness. Just as having nuclear reactors, and if you don't have nuclear bomb tech, gets you closer to developing bombs, which is of course why the US and Israel is always freaking out about Iranian nuclear reactors. They're not actually trying to build nuclear bombs. They're not stupid. What they're trying to do is reduce the, there's some term for it, the latency time to how long it would take them to develop a nuclear bomb, so that the US doesn't dare attack them because they could turn the reactors to bomb production very easily. They don't intend to actually do it. It's more of a deterrent. Some people say I'm naive, but they're not stupid. They know if America got actual intel that they actually had a bomb, instead of just making up stuff they're very close to one, that they would get bombed to oblivion. But they think they can get away with building reactors that are actually for peaceful purposes, but designed in such a way that they could produce bombs very quickly. A lot of nations have done that before. They wouldn't be the first to take that half, like, we're not going to go all the way to developing bombs. It also saves money, and you get some civilian nuclear power out of it. It would be like building a bunch of civilian nuclear reactors in this game without taking the nuclear bomb tech. Then all you have to do is take one tech and suddenly all those reactors start producing bombs. Expert landing for jet aircraft prototypes. So that's my first prototype. It gives 10% progress, and this guy gained some experience. He's closer to... Shouldn't he be gaining experience each day? Looks like this is the only XP he has. Or maybe that's only does basic research. Paul Plowman. I could try and hire another scientist, Adam Hov, and hope that whoever replaces Hov gets better. If I had put power to burn, which I don't. Trying to hire that XP to replace William Pryor with Eric With as the chief of my army, so I can get extra breakthrough before I attack with the Cav. They're both level 3. Let's see. I remember where they are. With is currently in charge of defending the islands, and Pryor the army of Jutland. He might level up first, but you'd have to reach level 6 to actually meaningfully upgrade. As I expert, you have to reach level 8. That's not gonna happen. It's irrelevant. that is a general, except that he can't become something else other than chief of the army. In fact, this would be risky to use him as in combat. Once the devs make it so generals can be captured in future DLC it's coming, assuming they make it so that when a general is captured, they no longer act as chief of the army because they're in prison somewhere. So, they have more rifles. They replaced the worst equipment they had with these. Assault rifles have higher breakthrough and soft attack and defense even. Lower reliability though, actually. Rifles I'm currently producing have 94.4% reliability. The question is, I think they're using these, not even these. So this is 92.7. This is before they got to 97.2, even. Could be wrong. What's the average reliability? 99.5. Okay, no, they're using the. These are these are the weapons mark II. So yeah, they're actually losing reliability, which hurts their organization regain. As they the equipment they were using was actually extremely reliable, and now they're getting less reliable but more useful stuff. Now that also matters besides combat recovery. The more reliable stuff they're less likely to lose due to attrition, say when they march into the extreme cold. Winter attrition. This guy may also gain winter specialist from attacking here. I don't think these guys can ever attack. This would be a non-war that would last for a very long time until the communist side raises another division, because they do have the industry. All they need to do is raise their conscription law to extensive conscription. Democracies can't do that, but communist nations can do that even in peace, and they're at war. So as soon as they have the political power, and then that would just reduce the effectiveness of these the utility of this state under Soviet occupation, because Soviets have a hard time recruiting if the manpower has already been trained. What this is all saying is that I should attack, and I should attack now or very soon. This video is 3 hours. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to take a break. And I guess I'm going to start launching the assault. I don't expect to win. I can't win. These guys are massively outclassed by the division they're fighting. But I can start wearing him down. This cavalry officer. And he can start gaining winter specialist. Which enables him to take winter expert if I want. Or just, this is an earned trait, this is assigned. And gains cavalry leader XP. It's kind of like the Spanish Civil War, but far, far, far more lethal in terms of turning turning men and equipment into general experience and army XP. Like, this is going to just burn through manpower for very little gain. Unless I wanted to retrofit this division to something better. Give them some support rocket artillery, and suddenly they'd have a lot more breakthrough and attack. Maybe I should do that. I'll have to think about it. Anyways, until next time, this is Northstar. I wish you all the best, my viewers. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find a guiding star to lead you home. Adieu. And best luck to you all.